Hey, how's it going, guys? So here we have the finals match of the Glendale League Cup that happened this weekend. On our right, we have Sean Pluto, which is playing Gardevoir GX. And on our left, we have Ramon Reyes, which is playing Zoroark Lycanroc. Zoroark Lucario, sorry, guys. Um, so we see that Pluto's going to start us off. He did open up a Routes and has a Mewtwo on the bench. That means he's going to come in very clutch when it comes against this Lucario hitting for weakness. And we do see a parallel come down from Pluto, already putting up that pressure on Ramon, so he can't maximize his attack on his Zoroark GX. So that's going to be really good. That N to kind of refresh his hand and throw his opponent's hand off is really good opening game as well. Maybe a Bridget would have been better, but N does almost the same thing. But yeah. So we do see Ramon get a Lucario, Railu, and a strong energy on it. So he's already getting his Lucario ready to go for next turn when he'll be able to evolve it and do some massive damage. We do see a Malo play. He's adding 2 cards to the top of his deck. More than likely going to go for like a Zoroark and then something else. So then next turn he draws a Zoroark, trades, and then gets the card that was under the Zoroark. We do see a DC come down on Mewtwo. We see the Guzma play, which is very good from Pluto, already applying that early pressure. We do see a Mewtwo from Ramon's side, which is actually really cool that they're both second in Mewtwo. It's for the Lucario matchup, and it's also for Buzzwald. So yeah, so we are seeing a Cynthia from Ramon. He is gonna draw 6 cards. And I guess with that Malo, he didn't get the Zoroark, which I would think that would be what you want to go for. But I guess he has other plans. We do see a Bridget come down from Sean Pluto, so he is dropping down a Remoraid and 2 Routes, optimizing his board. We do see an Energy come down on Routes, and that'll be it for him. We see a Field Blower from Amon getting rid of that Parallel City. We see a Lele. He's going to search his deck for a supporter, add it to his hand. More than likely going to go for some draw power because right now his board's not looking that great. Goes for his Cynthia. So, going to play the Cynthia, going to draw 6 cards off of it. That's going to reshuffle his hand and give him a better outcome. Hopefully he gets something that he'll be able to use and puts him in a better position than the one that he is right now. He's already to a very slow start, and that's not where you want to be with this deck. So we see a parallel from Pluto, or from Ramon, dropping Pluto down to 3 cards. We see an Ultra Ball. Getting rid of that Mew, knows very well that he doesn't need it in this matchup, and he doesn't need to drop a 2-prize attacker that's just going to that's really squishy and just going to die, you know? So we do see a trade, and we see a pass. We see a Field Blower from Sean Pluto. We see another Energy come down on the Routes. We see a Cynthia. We're going to see an Ultra Ball from Pluto. Getting rid of a Fairy Energy and an N. Going for that Auxiliary, he's going to start accelerating his hand, which is really good. That's going to let him maximize his deck as much as possible to put him where he wants to be. We are going to see that Curlia come down and the Abyssal Hand for 3, I believe. And we see an Ultra Ball. I think he got rid of a Max Potion, Fairy Energy. Going for a Gardevoir, more than likely has a Rare Candy in his hand, so he's going to be really, really good right now. Yep. We do see the retreat with the Mewtwo, and we get a knockout with this Gardevoir. Ramon not looking too good right now. We do see an N from Ramon, so he is going to shuffle up his hand. He's going to draw 6. Pluto's going to draw 4. But it really doesn't matter because he already has Auxiliary out, so Ramon's technically helping him out, reshuffling his hand to a lower hand size so he can maximize on those little cards that he has in his hand, and then optimize the Auxiliary to draw more cards. So we do see a trade from Ramon, getting rid of a Guzma. We see an Energy and an Evo Soda. So we are going to see the Lucario come down. This Lucario is doing an extra 20 damage thanks to Strong Energy. So it's doing a whopping 140. We see another Railu come down and a Choice Band. So it's doing 150. Or actually, no, 170. Sorry. See a Gallade come down from Pluto's side. We also see a DCE. We're going to see a Lele. We're going to see a Guzma. He's going to go for that Zoroark with the Gallade and start applying the pressure where it needs to be dealt. Guzma bringing up that Zoroark. And we see Premonition. Reorganizing his hand. Looking at what cards he wants to add. And we see the Abyssal Hand. We're going to see an Ultra Ball getting rid of a Sycamore and a Cynthia. At this point in the game, he doesn't really need those cards because he already has the Auxiliary, which is doing all the drawing that he needs. And we are going to see that knockout finally. So we see the Mewtwo coming up. Mewtwo is probably going to hit for weakness on this Glade. Hopefully we do see the energy to do it. I don't know if it does knock it out though. It's doing 20 for the base and then 20 extra for each energy. 120 is not enough. This Gallade will survive that hit from this Mewtwo if that's what he decides to go with. We are going to see a double puzzle. Strong Energy. Guzma. Strong Energy on the Lucario. And we do see a knockout on the Gardevoir. Sean Pluto verifying that he did get a knockout, and he does. Pluto bringing up the Gallade. We are going to see a rare candy Gardevoir evolve. We're going to see Spring onto that Gardevoir. Premonition for 5. We are going to see Abyssal Hand. We are going to see Remoraid come down. Manual attach. Manual attach on the Gallade. Retreats. Bringing a Gardevoir. And doing some damage. So we are seeing an Ultra Ball from Ramon. Going for Lele. Acerola. Gonna scoop up this Lucario and get it out of harm's way. Not too sure if that's the best play. He could have easily used its GX to get a knockout on this Gardevoir, but then he would have left the Lucario wide open for the Glade to come in and get the knockout. So maybe this was the better play. So Sean Pluto doing Premonition. We are going to see Guzma, Gallade, Energy, Abyssal Hand. Super Rod, throwing back Routes, Fairy Energy, and a Gardevoir back into the deck. Guess Pluto playing it safely just in case if this Gallade goes down. We're going to see Field Blower, DC on the Gardevoir, and then we see the knockout on the Railu. Ramon trying to figure out what he wants to do here. See Floatstone come down on the Lele that's active. We are going to see a puzzle for 3. puts them back in the same order that he picked them up. We're going to see retreat, and we're going to see Aurora Strike for 50. You're going to see the Ultra Ball. Gets rid of the rare candy Gradevoir. You're going to see Cynthia. So thinning out his hand so that he doesn't draw the rare candy and the Gradevoir. Very good play on Pluto's behalf. That's going to optimize his hand to draw whatever 6 cards he's looking for. So bringing up the Gardevoir and attaching a ton of energy for the knockout. So that will wrap it up for game 1. Now they're going to go into game 2. Pluto showing us that Gardevoir is still very dominant in the format, which is really amazing. Ramon having a horrible start. Hopefully it turns around for him game 2 and he's able to make a great comeback. So we're going to see how that plays out. So Ramon starts not that great with a Kukui and drops down a Railu and a Zora. Pluto gets that optimal start of the Bridget. Hard cast Bridget, no Lele needed to get those 3 routes on the board. Unfortunately, he did start with a Remoraid. Kind of thought about retreating it, but he decided not to. We do see a Regirock, which is interesting to see. Not a lot of people are playing the Regirock in their Lucario build, but Ramon is, and that's what got him into the finals of this weekend's League Cup. So yeah, we are going to see a rare candy Gallade. Ooh, are we going to see an early knockout on this Zoroark? Is this Zoroark going to survive to see the end of this match? More than likely not. Uh-oh. Pluto going through his deck, kind of hesitant to see what he was going to pick up. Going for a Lele and a Sycamore. Playing Super Rod, returning 2 routes and Herculia back into the deck. And then gonna drop that Sycamore and draw those 7 cards. We are seeing a Premonition. Floatstone Sycamore. It's gonna draw those 7 cards. See, I don't know how I feel about this because he's gonna play Sycamore anyways. So maybe playing Premonition afterwards would have been the better play, but hey, he still ended up getting that knockout. So he gets a knockout on the Zoroark, puts him at a 2 prize lead already. Great start for Pluto. We do see Ramon discarding some DCEs. Hopefully that doesn't cost him later on in the match. He is playing Ultra Ball, getting that Lucario. We're going to see a Lele going for a Cynthia, going to draw those 6 cards to optimize his hand, which is empty. Ooh, actually going for an N, which is a much better play, disrupting your opponent's hand, getting him to get rid of some of the cards that he probably was going to use next turn. Really good on Ramon's behalf. Ramon ends up passing, whiffs the energy, which is unfortunate. But Sean Pluto does get artillery ready to go off that N. Never punish Pluto. He also gets a parallel ready, so then he is putting his opponent down to 3. That's going to make it a little tougher for him to set up and kind of dominate this game. So Pluto already controlling this matchup just like he did the last matchup. We do see an Abyssal Hand. We do see a Rod Send, a Spring into action with that Fairy Energy on the Gardevoir. We do see a Cynthia come down, so he is going to draw 6 cards and just refresh that hand of his. Cynthia's just so broken right now in the format. Like, everyone should be playing 3 or 4. It's so good. We are seeing an Ultra Ball getting rid of a Bridget and a Cynthia. We are seeing a Remoraid come down. Floatstone Retreat. Gardevoir does 90 damage. No extra damage because Lucario didn't have energy, which is kind of a good thing. But not really, because Lucario needs that energy to attack. And right now, if he did use his attack, he would only be doing 30 because he did not evolve. Hopefully, Ramon does have an energy. Hopefully, he drew an energy, so he's able to place it on a Railu. And then has an Acerola to get out of the situation that he's in. But instead, we see the Guzma. He's bringing up the Remoraid to get it stuck. And we do see that he did get the energy. It's unfortunate that he got it a turn too late. And we do see 40 damage on this Octillery. We see a Spring. We see Abyssal Hand for 3? Question mark? Premonition. You're going to see Guzma. That Lucario is coming back up, and Mr. Pluto is taking that bad boy down. We do see a Curlia with the DCE up and running on the bench, and Pluto gets that knockout. We do see a Choice Band come down on the Railu. We do see a Lele. Probably going to see some draw support. Like, ending your opponent right now would be great if your opponent didn't have 2 Octilleries. The fact that he has 2 Octilleries is kind of counterintuitive, but still, Ramon plays the N. But yeah, honestly don't think that was the best play because you're just giving your opponent a fresh new hand, a lower hand, and making his Auxiliaries more deadly than they were before. So Ramon draws, plays Zora, and then remembers that Parallel's out, so he picks it up. We do see Field Blower, gets rid of it from Pluto's side. And we see him Premonition. We see an Abyssal Hand. We see Energy, Choice Band, Guzma, up to Lele. And that wraps it up. That is game, guys. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. That was the finals of the Glendale League Cup. Very impressive work from Pluto, showing us how well Gardevoir is still dominating the format. So yeah. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to share the video with anybody that wants to see the finals match of the Glendale League Cup. Guys, with that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.